Hello, friends. Hello, 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 hello. Goodness, I hate having to use a noise gate, but if I don't, you're going to hear those really obnoxious people outside the window with the cars, the souped up cars that go really slow but sound like they're going fast. Or the air conditioning, well, maybe the freaking heater turned off. Let's try that. In an ideal world, we wouldn't use skate at all. Let me tweak something here. Yeah, yeah. Let's try that. I can see the computer fans peeking through. Hold up. Yeah, a little more. Little more. That looks good. Okay, so I promised you two things. Two things in the title. Two things. The first, let me swap this mic open and this mic closed. Yes, yes. So we have our super special side mics, and for the first time ever in a precious stream, we have it's not very loud, is it? You can hear some of the room sound. Isn't that funny? It's the sound of the mic casing being rubbed with a Qtip. What? we do it to the Blue Yeti and take the fuzzy cover off? Wow, there's 4 of these. It's mighty odd. This is the odd thing. Let me click that for just a moment. This is the odd thing. Orally, it sounds much louder. But on my audio bars, it's only showing up to half of the limit. But it's orally much quieter through the headphones with the Yeti X. But because of the added bass tones, it's peaking. Peaking. I might stop doing onomatopoeia type. Because I don't know that it's effective. Let's go back a little longer. Just a little. Now, I have heard a lot of VTubers doing things like this, where they talk in one ear and see, we humans, we don't like to adapt. We are very unadaptable. You can't see it, but imagine. Imagine my Q-tip being rubbed across a rough metal grate, and how the cotton slowly, over time, is coming off the Q-tip, floating freer and freer like a cloud around the core. And sometimes we're like that too. We get frazzled. Continue to fight against and be influenced by very rough things. Sometimes sharp, but most of the time it's just dull, grating, or grinding. And this is why, friends, it's important to always schedule time for rest, whether it's playing a video game that you enjoy, or listening to an ASMR artist you like, or watching those funny feature clips, compilations on YouTube. Shout out Nags with 2 Z's. Does a fantastic weekly version. I'm not getting paid by him to say that. I have like 12 followers, and he has like 80,000. But you know what? It's okay. I know exactly why he does what he does. He's a really cool singing dude, and people see that he's genuine. And friends, we should all try and be kind of like nags. I'm not gonna say 100% like nags. Let's be honest. According to his chat, he's got a thing for both hands and feet, and that's a lot for one person to have. He likes to lick his hands, specifically her nails, and if they're really well done, he knows they take very good care of themselves. Sometimes, friends, we don't think we're being noticed at work, or at home. You never know who's watching, who sees you. Maybe you're struggling with something, you overcome it. Maybe other people are struggling with something, and you breeze through it. There are people in your life who will see that and be really impressed. I need to set these mics up better next time. I mean, they're really good for spoken, but they're not set up very well for using implements on them, specifically really short implements, which is why my model is weird angles. Let's continue with the stories, with the analogies. Y'all, do take good care of yourselves will say about you, oh man, this person really cares about other people. I can't wait for them to apply for a higher position in the company. So their love and appreciation for their fellow workers would continue. And something like karma, paying forward, whatever. I'll tell you, as someone who's for a long time looked at work as if I was the manager, what would I want my worker to do? And then I try to do it. But sometimes I'm really lazy. Occasionally it's good to be a little lazy, because you don't want to get your nose choked while you stick it in someone else's trouble. But people in general are humans, so maybe, just maybe, you've not been proactive, really trying. Let me encourage you. Even if you hate the job, find something that you can appreciate. I'm not saying like, something that you can appreciate. I really appreciate my teamwork. Some of us are better at certain tasks, others are better at others. Some are good at generally filling in anywhere and doing an above average job at all the subtasks. But when it comes time to do the thing that everybody likes to do because it involves sitting down and most of the rest of it is standing up, we trade off. Or there's a couple of us who are much better, faster, more efficient at running that particular machine. And sometimes someone will be like, you know what? I'm not feeling up to it. Why don't you take over for me? And that's cool. And I do it for others because others have done it for me. Really puts a new perspective. Now that I have thoroughly worn the tips out of that particular Q-tip, I want to go for some plastic as we continue our conversation. Whoa. Let's work this a little bit. So while you were looking, thinking, maybe I can be more proactive, help those around me who I know are also, hold on, help those around me. I left the other mic on, my apologies. There were four of me for a moment there. While you're thinking about it, constantly comparing yourself against others. Oh, look, I'm better than that person. Man, they're really slow. I could do a better job. Oh, they just need 6 of these. So I can run this entire area and just whip out the product trademark so fast the rest of them won't have anything to do. That's too far on the profit scale, and it came before my fall. So you, yes you, be proud of the good job you do. But don't let it get to your head, kid. That was almost Indiana Jones-esque of me, not new Indiana Jones, who's rather whiny. Old Indiana Jones, who was, yes, cocky, but had some humility, I would like to think, to tie in to the story I was just telling. Let's flip that over here. Yeah, this is also first day trying the new avatar with all of these mics. And to be honest, it's reacting really slowly. I think because I have to use my audio interface in order to run these 2 microphones, which takes processing power away from my computer's other functions. And if I were smart enough, I would figure out what I needed to upgrade in this brand new computer to get it even faster, so that I wouldn't lag regardless. But at least you can still see me smile through the avatar, of course. Bow bow. Bow bow. Bow bow. If you don't, watch Fuamoko. Oh my goodness. I just had the best idea of my life. Let me explain it to you. So, whether you're a Fuamoko fan or not, imagine 2 cute doggos. 2 cute doggos, right? And the doggos have one on one side and one on the other. And the whole time they're doing ASMR, they're going back and forth with super, super cute lines. Bow bow. Bow bow. Bow bow. Bow bow. Those 2, if they were so inclined, would make amazing ASMR artists, because they say such cute things all the time. All the time. And they themselves have very cute personalities. I, on the other hand, my strength does not lie in my cuteness. We'll put it that way. Nay, I'm okay with it too. There's some people, you know the type. They try to be really cute when they're not. Or maybe at one point they were. Like when they were 5 or 6. Shh, don't tell them I said that. Yeah. But they aren't now. One of the best examples I'm sure you've seen out in the wild. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, the rocker mom. Not the soccer mom, mind you, though some of them are soccer moms. I'm talking about the rocker mom. R as in Reborn, which is an interesting anime. R as in rebar, which is what some of you probably want to hit me over the head with. A big, juicy rebar. Shut up and get on with the ASMR. Okay. Anyway, just something funny. Something funny I noticed. Ooh. Do you like your microphone cover to be combed? I think I probably would. Anyway, get all the cat hair out of this microphone. You didn't hear that. You did not hear that. This is a great way to kill 2 birds with 1 stone. I get to clean the mic cover and do ASMR all at once. As long as I don't click it. Oh no, I shouldn't do that. I'm not cute enough to get away with mouth sounds. True king. Live your truth, but don't make mouth sounds in the microphone, because that is gross. Now, if you were some cute anime waifu, then sure, chew gum in the microphone and maybe make some choking sounds, right? Is this an appropriate topic for ASMR? I got distracted. Anyway, These moms that think they're cute. Sometimes they are, but most of the time it's just cringe. I'm sorry if you're one of those. But they wear band shirts from 10 to 20 years ago, even if they obviously were into going to bands 40 years ago. Oof. Oh, it stings. Ooh. Anyway. Oh, you know what I really ought to do? Stream of consciousness distracting the intrusive thoughts. They are winning, my friends. In honor of our comrade fallen in battle or victorious, depending on how you think of it, Mika Melatika, I ought to listen to one of her streams and adopt a little of her style, but I'm pretty sure she does GFE or girlfriend experience, and for better or worse, I can't pull it off. I'm gonna say that's for the better. Okay. Anyway, the artificial tan, the super dark eyeshadow, acting and dressing like you're 20 years younger, even when, unfortunately, certain things have started to not look as good. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. We like honesty here. We like honesty. So be honest. You're wearing a shirt with your stomach showing, and you've been smoking for a long time, friend. It's time to wear a normal fitting shirt that goes all the way down. Model is not picking up my head movement. There we go. A nod, yes. Because it's not bad to get old. And I don't mean old. These people are not much above 50 most of the time. That's friends. Young friends, really young friends, listen to me. 50 is not elderly. Okay? 50 is not elderly. Which means when you call a 35-year-old old, well, we know exactly who you are, Zoomers, and you're going to be 35 real soon. And you know, some of you are already finding out Generation Alpha is calling you boomers now, even though the real boomers were my dad and mom, who are very close to 70. I think one of them's over. They had me very late in life. Maybe it's time to move on to a different trigger. I want to try what in the blue Jesus was that? Wow. That was a car on the street, and it sounded like they had PVC wind chimes dragging along the street. Just imagine a bunch of plastic pipes of various sizes. And they've got like rope attached to them, and they're dragging behind a car. That's what it sounded like. Oh my gosh. Dumb. Get your car fixed. Get some help. Michael Jordan would have wanted it that way. Anyway, let's do a little flipperoo. Just a little flip. Just a little taste. Just a little prick, tattoo, and body piercing. That was such a clever name. You know, as a high schooler, I always heard. Oh no. Did I lose the mic? Did I lose it? Did I lose it? I did not. Okay. But there's 4 of me again. So let's flip it back. Okay. I swapped the mic cover. Do you like your fluffy mic cover to be combed? It's a little snagged some places. Ooh, you're getting soft. Please let me comb you some more. I say this to my sister's cat also. Funny. He hates to be combed by her. But when I comb him, he can't get enough. I think it's the way we do it. My sister secretly wants to strangle him with love, and he knows it. He can feel it. There's just a tiny touch of fear. Ah, y'all, I would almost recommend that you get the fuzzy mic cover for the Blue Yeti. There's like a fuzzy one and a normal one for Blue Yeti that retails for like $7. $7 on Amazon. Just on the feel of it alone, I would almost recommend you pick one up, but it's more worth your time to pick up a stuffed animal that is soft, or a soft hoodie, or, yeah, plushy. Plushy is better. It's time for 4 Voice. future update, file load, and I thought it was the chat box. Silly Russia, no chatters for you. That's okay. But I really do want to improve my ASMR, and the best way would be to meet other people's needs with it, to contribute to the community and the fans of it is for someone somewhere to leave a comment and say, you know what, Brescia, you talk too damn much. That's okay. Or, you know, that comb you use, I absolutely hate it. Cool. Or Sleep Sheep did it better. And I would say absolutely yes, Sleep Sheep does it better. Partially because she is far cuter than I am, and partially because she is a she, and she's are generally considered to be better caregiving individuals. However, I want to say to you also, whether you are a she or a he or a something else, anybody can be a good caretaker. That's what I think. Anybody, 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 anybody. Because being a caregiver or a giver of care is just that. If you care about other people and you want to serve them, make their lives better, etc., that's like 90% of it. No, that's more like 50%. Let's get some metal in our diet. Raw. I think it would work better without the super soft. Oh, what did Erica Biaco call it? The Mafu Mafu mic cover. I don't remember. It's been a while. I'm still grieving her upcoming graduation, even though it hasn't happened yet. Let's do a mute here and go back to it. On caregivers, anyone can be a good caregiver. 50% is the willingness to put others in front of, yourself. What was the other 50% I was getting? There was another thing, and I seriously forgot it in the process of muting this mic. Nothing. You heard nothing, right? There's not some kind of airplane flying overhead giving us mediocre vibes. Okay. It's gone. It's gone. Get out of here, airplane. We don't want you flying overhead right this second. In this space, in both the VTuber space and the ASMR space, there is room for people like me. And people like you, if you're that kind. Let me say, as I swap mics yet again. And we have yet another airplane flying overhead. I don't know how they haven't hit each other. They're so close together. But I'll have you know, and hopefully they never watch this, but both of my parents had flaws in their caretaking style, and I don't fault them for it. Life is difficult, and caring for others is sometimes hard, especially when they are obnoxious, hyperactive little rats like I was. We're talking. I pushed my sister's sandwich into a bush when I was younger because sandwich was bothering me and a friend of mine, but sandwich had trouble making friends, so she would often follow me around and hang out with my friends as a pre-junior high. And then in junior high, she made her own friends. So not only friends, made her own friends. There we go. Anyway, there's space for just of the day. To come in, it's just a lot of the community doesn't realize it's something that they're into yet. Yeah. Now I'm not saying I'm going to become their ASMR daddy. No. For one thing, I'm probably still too young to be a dad. Although, if I had a kid at 20, that kid would be 15. Okay, you hear something. Yay. You know, that might actually be pretty effective because it muffles the voice. And if it muffles the voice and it's difficult to hear it, you might actually get a similar effect to ear cupping. Oh, speaking of which, rar, rar, like a kitty cat, like a dinosaur, rar. I love Cat very much. She is an awesome ASMR artist. Just K-A-T. She streams on Twitch too. And YouTube. Twitch, YouTube. She does, it's a technique to help with relaxation that I call droning, but it might not be a good description of that. So, she repeats, like the onomatopoeia that a lot of Japanese artists use. She repeats a phrase until it almost loses meaning as English. Like a kitty cat, like a dinosaur, like a is one that she repeats a lot. So she is literally roaring like a kitty cat and a dinosaur. And the air pressure sounds so good and relaxes so well. And you start to lose track of the meanings of words, which puts you in a relaxed and trance-like state where it is much easier to go to sleep. And maybe that's something I miss. You see, when I listen to most ASMR, I am playing video games, watching other YouTube videos, or doing some research on the internet. You can take that however you prefer, but I would prefer you imagined me as say-so as possible. And I'll drop it there. So, I am not listening to much ASMR to fall asleep. Rather, it is a combination of relaxing agent and background noise. Better, I think, than many soundtracks on games. Matter of fact, when I raided in Final Fantasy XIV, I would have ASMR in the background instead of the music, so doing this ASMR as kind of a background to your life, to whatever else you're doing. Maybe you're cleaning, maybe you're sitting down, you just want to hear another human, somebody talk. Maybe you live alone like I used to. Sometimes I would like to go back to living alone, even though it's familiar. Don't tell Sandwich. She already knows. Let's be honest. She already knows. But hey, I'm here. I'm here for you. I'm not going to promise you, like a lot of others, that I will always be here for you. After all, hopefully I don't, but I could get in an accident tomorrow or something and disappear off the face of the earth. And none of you would know anything was amiss necessarily. You might be like, he just forgot to do his weekly ASMR. Let's go look at his Oh, yeah, he hasn't done anything. Well, I guess Tiny Streamer got tired of Tiny Streams and did something else. In that case, I would be, ditch. Anyway, I will say, I do check comments if there are ever any comments, or than just constructive criticism. Let's do a swap. Wow, that was, I don't know what that was, but suddenly Yeti does not work. Click, 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 click. The Yeti power supply is forever an issue. Hello, hello, there it is. Wow. Imagine I just had to unplug it and replug it. And I guess that was the thing. That was the thing. That was the thing. Yes, I was going to tell you something good. No, you. I got you. I was going to tell you about something good. It's you. You're good. Good boy. Good girl. I don't know if I'm into that. That'd be kind of spicy. And let me tell you, sometimes you gotta cut some stuff out of your life, and sometimes it's the spicy stuff. Yeah, I said it. Let me tell you a quick story. After I put on the fluffy cover so you can get head pats. Head pats are good for people who care. I hope I don't unplug it again. Okay. Yeah. So, I really enjoyed certain ASM artists, and I probably mentioned them in another ASMR video. If not that, then another stream. But I clicked on one of their link trees saw a website I was not familiar with, mostly in Japanese. I can read a little, but not a whole lot. Not enough to really know what was going on. But it was one of those, like Fansly or Fantia, that was it. Fantia. Now, Fantia sounds a lot like another website, doesn't it? One with fans and an exclusive word like, say, only. So I click on this, and I really liked this streamer. She said she was a VTuber, but I never saw a VTuber model, only her, minus her face, which was always off camera, and she was dressing in these cute cosplays, and sometimes it'd be a little risque, right? She'd be wearing the extra short skirt, but it was never angled in such a way that I got suspicious. But there was something staring me in the face. KU100 microphones are approximately 8,500 US dollars. If you are an ASM artist, even if you are fantastic, and you have 40,000 fans on YouTube, are you really going to spend your hard-earned money on a nearly $10,000 microphone just for ASMR? Are you? Or are you going to sell spicy pictures of yourself on one of those websites, and with all the extra money you have to blow, are you going to drop just a drop in your bucket of finances on a KU100? Let me tell you something, friends. I don't know of any purely ASMR driven business model that is going to produce enough money without a concentrated saving effort. By saving, I mean like monetary savings. There is not a single one that is going to produce enough money for someone who is only doing ASMR with their life to afford a $10,000 microphone. I expect for that kind of thing for the people to either save up over a year or two all their extra spending money, maybe eat ramen, or maybe make it a community goal. Hey everybody, donate a little extra money. All of your extra is going to go to buying me that KU100, which, friends, I needed to pick up my tracking so that I can, friends, let me tell you a secret. Come in close, come in close. The KU100 and the cheap model of the 3DO sound almost the same to anyone who is not obsessively audiophilic. By that I mean you intentionally buy and listen to a lot of expensive microphones. Me, musician, or was. I worked with music, in music, made my living with music for about 7 years. I did not make a good living, which is why I work an entirely different job, and I do this for fun on the side. But in that 7 years of professional musicianship and all the listening to different recordings I did, and all of the recordings I recorded, and all of the songs I played, they still sound the same to me. And there's no shame in admitting that the $400 microphone with ears sounds exactly the same as the $10,000 microphone with ears. Now, it's not exact. I should correct myself. But the sound is close enough that you, if you are untrained and an average person who just, buys your beats by Dre and you enjoy ASMR, you will not probably be able to tell the difference. Matter of fact, unless the exact same sound was recorded at the exact same distance, made by the exact same item and strike, we would not probably have a good reference for comparison. Maybe, just maybe, like my microphones, which are CAD for the side and Blue Yeti for the central. You can tell the difference because the shapes are different. But when you have a tiny microphone inside of an ear-shaped receiver, now Neumann is going to call and complain. How dare you talk shit about our $8,000 to $10,000 dummy head mic? It obviously sounds way better than anyone else. Friends, I almost hate to break this to you as well. Everybody who podcasts and most of your VTubers use a microphone called Shure SM7. It is $400. That's not bad for a professional microphone, right? I use this Blue Yeti for all of my recording basically now. I was using a Shure SM57, same company, different mic, and it wasn't doing it for me. So I bought something that cost the same amount as that $100 mic, and I think the Blue Yeti not only sounds comparable to the SM7, but I do not require an XLR input, and I got free software with it to tweak audio settings, which means for me, the Blue Yeti is a far greater value, because I also wanted that Shure SM7, but in order to get the same kind of effects, you're going to have to either get a specialized audio interface, mixing board with built-in effects, or outboard effects. We're talking thousands of dollars for all of those to be professional. Reverbs and equalizers, noise gates, etc. And all of that's just built in here. And the sound quality is exceptional. Anyway, I was telling you a story that's turning into a 30-minute story. I went to this Fantia website and it said, "Oh, Pressure, you can't see any of the content on this website until you've created an account." So, following the scientific method, I created an account and was immediately rewarded with blurry pictures of hoo-has and other stuff. And I was shocked. Shocked. Because you heard, probably, if you're watching me and you know what a VTuber is, you probably heard about the quote-unquote Twitch meta, which is, for those of you uneducated, certain, what's the proper way to say it? Ladies of the night. Anyway, they're using Twitch to advertise for adult websites, and they are pushing the limits of the terms of service. I probably just got flagged by a Twitch bot to be punished, except I don't have much going on. My 12 follower bot. Anyway. So these ladies are selling adult websites and they're doing adult things, but they're being a little bit sneaky about it. They're putting like censored bars in certain places on their streams and then wearing skimpy clothing so that it looks like they are without. I'll put it that way. And on YouTube, they don't allow that kind of tomfoolery. They are not lenient for advertising adult stuff. You will get your videos demonetized. And they don't want that. These alternate ladies of the night. So they were making borderline wholesome or wholesome ASMR videos, which is cool. Advertising their link tree or sometimes directly to Fantia. And after luring you in like a siren, some of them were charging $250 US dollars per month for their spicy content. Now, a girl's got to make a living, but these are also the kind of ladies that are blowing $10,000 on a mic because it's bougie. Some of them, though, like, there's one in particular that I really liked until I found out her main source of income was adult stuff. Or it seems like it anyway. I really, really liked her, and one of the things I'm pretty sure she said on one of the introductory video titles, that introduced me to her, was that she was an audiophile and had like a $20,000 audio setup with the mics, the audio input, whatever she was using to run the microphones through to her computer and stream. Let's have a flip back she's not putting it in savings. She is spending it willy-nilly. And what happens when she ages to the point that her income falls off and she hasn't saved any money? This is something I think about because I only recently started a retirement fund. But imagine you're 20 years old, you're hot, you've got the equivalent of F, and you're getting potentially hundreds of thousands of dollars per year just for showing your bits to horny people online. I'm just saying, you better be saving up, you better be in an IRA or something, because if you're just throwing it on parties or things don't last. And when you get to be older and you've blown all your money and no one wants you anymore, you gotta have a contingency plan. You gotta have something saved up. Friends, if you are involved in some fast living, I have a little suggestion. And you can guess. Save your money. Don't waste it on things. Things don't last. Fame doesn't last. Anything you got instantly, or anything you got just by dropping trout or other things. I am not condemning you for taking an opportunity right in front of you when there are so many people who will pay for that kind of stuff, because they also don't know what to do with their money. Don't be like your watchers blowing money on empty things on the internet. Not saying you personally are empty, but it is a frivolous pursuit. One would say it doesn't really advance anything in society. Make sure you are taking care of your future for when it all dries up, because it will. Words of wisdom. Anything that comes quick goes quick, and things you work years or decades on will last your whole life. Skills, talents, abilities. You can, right now, learn a language and translate for money. And by the time you're 10 years older, you could potentially live in another place. You can learn how to draw or do art. If you've got extra time, why not? And for those of us who are not doing things like that necessarily, for one reason or another, as I'm sure we've all at one point thought about it. Goodness, the garage door. Sandwiches home. She did not want the sandwiches I got her. At Sonic. If you could consider a corn dog a sandwich, which is another matter and another debate. Listen, friends, take care of yourselves, whatever your situation in life. Whether you're lucky or unlucky, whether you are blessed with good looks or blessed with less than ideal looks. Rock it for you, make it work, and prepare for your future as if it's not going to last. And that way, in 10 years, when I have 24 followers instead of just 12, you can come in and comment on one of my ASMR videos as my character's hair changes from black to gray. And you can say, you know what, Prescia, thank you for saying that to me. Anyway, I unfollowed all of those people publicly because I don't want young, impressionable people who might come to my stream being like, dang, Prescia follows that hottie, and for $250 a month, I can join her Discord and see her hoo-ha. Friends, I have another piece of advice for you. This is adult only. I only mark these things for 18 plus. You can find all of that stuff for free on the internet, whatever your taste is, with a little less interaction. And you know, if you try really hard, you can land yourself a nice husband, wife, or other spouse, and they will meet your needs in person. A human meeting another human's needs. What? Yes, society lied to you. I'll tell you that truth straight out. Society lied to you. Spicy with everybody and everything is not all it cracked up to be. It's a lie. The best thing you can do is find your one. Settle down with them, communicate with excellence, and listen well. Oh, that was the other 50%. So 50% of caring for somebody is the desire to care and to put them ahead, and the other 50% was listening to them, which is what I want to do. When someone finally leaves a comment on my video and tells me to STF you, I will have a good laugh, and then I will STF you and just do like towel rubbing on the mic or something. But next week, and this is exciting, friends, let me even put on a pog face for this. Yes, possibly next week I will have my own ears microphone. And if it fails, I am going straight to Amazon and buying a 3DO. I might buy the middle one though. Like there's 3 different versions of 400, like a 1000 and a 2000 or something. And I don't know, I've never heard them compared, so I can't tell you which one sounds better or what the difference is. But like every VTuber gets the $400 one, And I might just be like, yeah, I'll get the second level because I've never heard of anybody using it. And I've never heard it, probably. So I'll be your experiment. Except you can't compare it to anybody else's because these condenser mics pick up room sound as well, even with the noise gate on. How close I am to my computer, the presence or absence of a keyboard, whatever else I've got on the desk, and the size of the room in front of and behind me all affect the sound coming through. So you will never be able to compare the second most expensive and the cheapest, because the room will never be the same unless some nice person decides they are going to get me all three, and then we'll pick my favorite and they can sell the other two and get some of their money back. Anybody? No, I'm kidding. Thank you, friends. I want you, regardless of what you're involved in, spicy or not, make sure you're taking care of your future as if you are going to live to 90 years old. Because society will not tell you, especially if you are of the female persuasion, society will not tell you that after about 35, if your job is based on your looks or physique, it's going to drop off drastically. And if you did not prepare when you were in your 20s, you're screwed. I don't want you to be screwed. I want you to take the maximum advantage you can, afforded by your good looks, perhaps. If you're working another job, let's say a lonely gentleman such as myself, and you're pulling in a lot of money, don't blow that money like that job is going to last forever. Because if you are in that high-end job, that means others are going to be gunning for you, and I don't want you to go down because you were complacent. Don't be complacent. And if you're working a job that doesn't pay you very much, I'm in the same boat. We've got to keep on keeping on. And remember to buy yourself nice things every once in a while, but budget them and be responsible. This is your encouragement, people like me working the middle jobs. You can do it, whoever you are, wherever you are. We're all in this together. And if you are an adult star and you would like to give me I'm kidding. Don't give me any subscriptions. Yeah, I don't even watch the lewd tubers. There's two of them I can think of right now. I don't watch their clips. I don't watch their channels. Because I know me. Me gets addicted even to anime spicy. So, me needs to be responsible with not only my finances, but also what I watch. And that's you too. And I believe in you. Be strong, be of good courage, and I'll catch you on the flip side.